What's up guys, Anthony here, and yes, we are here today for another video. And no, this time we won't talking about computer because today the objective is that's phone, to upgrade that's phone to a newer version of Android. So let's go to see what we can do with it. So just before doing anything, let's just explain the contest and the interest of this video. We've got here a Samsung Galaxy S3, and if you don't remember, the Galaxy S3 was made in June 2011, I think, yeah, in June 2011, so this model is now 5 years old. As you know, smartphone nowadays has a support from their manufacturer, in this case is Samsung, but this is never really long, except maybe for the iPhones with Apple, or they sometimes support 3, even 4 years. That's the longest we can find. But for Samsung, that's not impossible to have only 2 years of support, except for application, of course. But in terms of upgrade of the operating system, you're limited approximately for 2 years, and sometimes you never get a newer version of Android. In this case, it was delivered with Android 4.0 on Ecom, and it just be upgradable to Jelly Bean officially by Samsung. So Android phones are not supported so many times, and that's really unfortunately, because this kind of phones works really perfectly. It has 5 years old, but it's still working great. You can use it nowadays. Look like a S4 or S5 or really good phone, because this is a high range phone. The S3 is a high range phone. That's not look like my little first phone, or after only 6 months it was completely unusable. It was unusable. Even if I do some modification, because this is not the original version, it works better, but it's still going really slowly. This phone is not at this time in support. It is not supported yet. If you ask Samsung if you have a problem, it will say, oh, buy the last at S6 or S7, really, Samsung. If I want to keep my S3, that's because I have got a really good reason, and it's still working maybe perfectly. Sometimes it's just be the operating system, so just ask me how to reset the phones, maybe, and restart to 0, and it will work perfectly. Oops, sorry. So what we will do here is to upgrade the phones. What do you need? First, a USB cable. Yes, because you will need to make some things with these phones. It's working. Yes, it's working. And a computer. You can have a macOS system, but I really recommend that Windows, because to have an access into the system of the Samsung, you need a driver that called Samsung keys. I will show you just after. So just before doing anything, what you will see in this video is just as a title of information. So if you want to reproduce it with your phones, you do it only at your own risk. I'm not responsible if you break your phone. So that's only, and I said only, at your own risk. Second things, the manipulation I will do it here is only for Samsung S3 model i9300. If you have a S4 or S5 or S4 mini, so something else that's this S3, it will not work. Some manipulation was the same, but with different file. You need files to make some manipulation. Here, the file I will select is just for this S3. So if you want to see, let's continue now, and if you want to reproduce it, you can, of course you can, but that's at your own risk. Of course, to make sure if you want to upgrade your phone, first see if there is a version for your phone. That's possible to have version for tablets that can work for tablets, Samsung or others, but you need to see first if there is a version. Search by yourself on YouTube about your model and your phone. Whoops, sorry. First thing, if you have a Samsung, you need to download the drivers to connect your Samsung and make some manipulation, some special manipulation. Without that, it's just when it's on, you connect USB cable and you can transfer files, and it's charging of course, but it's not a communication with the computer. You need for that the Samsung keys. It works for Mac. I never try on a Mac really. Maybe that's better to use a Windows, because we will use another program that will call Odin. I will just show you after. And I found only a version for Windows. When you are on the website, look like here, don't select the keys tree. That's for other things. You download the original keys version. In my case, it's already downloaded and already installed, so I will not do it here. You can do it very easier. That's just an executable setup. You launch it, you install it, very easy. To flash these phones, you need three things: a file for new recovery, the ROM if you want the ROM you want to use, and Odin. Odin, it's for every Samsung normally works with Odin. Not sure for other brands. I will say that's only a manipulation for this S3, and I just know for Samsung to do that. If you want to make that on another brand, let's check into another video. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good guy to use Android phones to make this kind of upgrades. It's a really you need to be really careful for this kind of manipulation. For the ROMs, just for the ROMs, you can find on CyanogenMod downloads, this website of CyanogenMod. There were a lot of device just list here, and check if your phones is in this list. In my case, the S3 is in this list, it's already selected, and I've got all the downloads just in the up of the page. There were a lot of S3, you cannot see it. I will advance you. Focus, man. Thank you. So you have all S3 ear version. There were a lot of ear version. This kind is mine is a i9300. So I select this one. Another link of the S3, if I want to upgrade, will not work, and it could break the phone. So I don't want that, of course. Okay. Thanks, man. There were some type of download available. There were the nightly version, snapshot. I have incremental, stable, and experimental. Release candidate, I don't know for what is it. Stable is a stable version. It will works whatever you've done, but it's generally the same version that the last one available officially by Samsung. You can select it, of course, it would work perfectly. Experimental, it's look like a beta, so there were things that not working properly, there were bugs on the operating system, and that's not the good thing if you want to use it every day. That's just if you want to use for make tests and reports to Cyanogen. Incremental, I have absolutely no idea. Snapshot, except if I make errors, that's NOS pre-configured. You just flash it and it's look like a phone you've used maybe 1 month without application, of course, but no configuration will be necessary. And nightly, it's a version always up to date, except when CyanogenMod want to stop the update of this phone. But actually, it still be upgradable. As you see, there is the version of today. I already downloaded. For the recovery, that's not important really. You can download it, you can install it. I never do that, but if you want to install it, you want to install it. I don't know how to install it really. I always ask a friend they know better than me Android phone. I just installed the version, it works really perfectly, don't worry about that. And the second file you need to download is the OpenGApps. The OpenGApps, it works for every phones normally. When you download a file, it works for every version. But you need to know which version of Android you need to install. And which platform. It's a ARM, ARM64, x86 or x86/64. And which version? A KitKat, a Lollipop 5.1 or a Marshmallow. CyanogenMod 13 here for the S3, it's for Android 6.0. If you have an CyanogenMod 12.0 or 12.1, that's the Lollipop. And maybe when Android N will be released, that normally will be Android 7.0, that normally will be CyanogenMod 14. We will see later for that. And you download it. Well, yes, there are lots of variants. You can take the Nano. It's good. It's not too loud. It's just perfect, I will say. Nano is just perfect. You can download it, and that's your second file. So third thing, you need to download Odin. I will release a link of the description. It's a portable program. It works immediately. You need before to install Samsung keys, of course, and when you will connect your phone into the Odin mode, that's possible to make that. I will show you after. The phone will be appeared here, and we make some modification to apply the update. Let's get back to the phones. It's turning on. Of course, it's not reset to 0. Maybe first thing, if I can recommend, is to reset to 0 this phone the first time, just to be sure you wipe the SD card of all application. You need free space to put the ROM files and the OpenGApps in there. Nothing will be with the computer. The only thing will be on the computer is to put the new recovery. To access to a recovery into a Samsung without doing anything, just shut off your phones. We can make restart, that's work too. When it's off, you press the volume up key, the home button. Oh, okay, it's going too quickly. You push the volume up, the home button and the power at the same time. Okay, I will restart it. Volume up, home and power. Okay, I can release and I enter into the recovery mode. On this recovery, tactile not works. You need to use volume up and volume down key to move and power to select. So here just make the two wipes options, cache partition first and wipe data factory reset. That's recommended. That's not an obligation. That's just recommended to have free space to put files on it. So yes, yeah, that's to be sure if you want to say yes, because there are lots of options with no and just one yes. So of course it could take some times. Now it will look like the first use when I will restart it. And it could take some times to booting up. So now we can do reboot, reboot system now. So it's rebooting perfectly normally, but it will look like your first buy. It will take too much time, so I will just put a cut here and come back when it's ready for the first use. Okay, so that's funny. This phone is talking me in Dutch, I think. Why not? There were a lot of applications of Samsung phones. Some already installed and some added. I don't know what. Really, for that, I like Samsung phone, but for that, really Samsung. So I will put my language here. Okay, well, next. Yeah, there is no SIM card. Maybe that's better to remove the SIM card. That's better to prevent you to use 3G or 4G's data cellular. Whoops. Because you can avoid some no, I don't want the Wi-Fi now. That's not important. Date and time were correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah, did you see Samsung account, Samsung apps? There are lots of things you can configure it. No, I will make that later. Later too. And Google make his fucking shit too. Fortunately, you can Dropbox again. Of course, you can use Dropbox, but why ask you me just now? I configure the phone. The name of the appareil, of the appareil. J'adore parler français dans mes vidéos quand il n'y a pas lieu. The name of the phone. I will format it and upgrade it, so that's not important to show it now. Okay. So now I have got my free space. Wait, really? That's you serious? So now the things we will do is between the connection of the computer and the phone. You need to first, before we're starting, put your files, your ROM files onto it. So connect your USB cable. Tac. Okay. Clack. And to the port. It's done. I think you listen it. Oula. No, it's working. Okay. No, it's working. No problem. But it seems to remove that. The SD card is formatted, of course. Yes. So I need to replace file on it. Tac, tac. So I'm putting files on it. You don't see it, of course, because I didn't show you the camera. Okay. As you see, so I have connection in for data. I putting files. So the first I put is the ROM version. The second one is the G apps. That's the two files we need to put on the SD card of the phones. Make sure, of course, the files are correctly copied, because if it's not the case, it will not work properly and you can break your phone. Here it seems to be great. So here now you can launch Odin. Yeah, you say COM4, but here you don't need to be checked. And we will reboot the phone into the Odin mode. Okay, to boot in Odin mode, that's a different manipulation. Okay, that's not volume up, home and power button, that's volume down, home and power button. And it will boot in Odin mode. Okay, it make a warning message. A custom OS can cause critical problems in phone and install application. If you want to download a custom OS, press the volume up key, otherwise press the volume down key to cancel. So even the phone say you that's at your own risk. So here you can say continue. Normally you have listened my computer is correctly done the phones. You don't need to make anything here, that's only on the computer. So it say it's correctly added. Make sure your cable is correctly connected. Bad connection cable could be fatal. Yeah. So yeah, there are two recovery possible to download, or Clockwork Mod or TeamWin. Search on Google for what is available. You type the model of your phone, so in my case Samsung Galaxy S3i9300, or following by Clockwork Mod or TeamWin. Find something correct. Normally you will find immediately, and after that you be sure you have your recovery files. So first you need to click on AP. If you have a tar file, you need to go to your system when you put your where you put your file, GT, okay, here see clock word mod 6.0.4.7, don't care, but GT-i9300 is correctly the model of my Samsung. Remember, it's only work for a Samsung S3 i9300. Don't make that on a other phone. You will break it, I'm pretty sure. Unselect auto reboot. You can have reset time stay. Yeah, that's okay. You can stay like this. And when you're ready, you click on start. Is making the upgrade. Oh, it's already done. It was really quick. It could be take between 2 seconds to 1 minute. It depends. So now you can disconnect your phone, no problem. It's ready. You're back here. You see the progress bar is complete. I've removed the auto reboot because it's better to make that by yourself, because immediately after that you need to reboot in recovery. I remember it's volume up, home, power button. Now you will have your new recovery. Okay, so as you see, that's absolutely not the same, but now you can flash your phone. Before doing this, you need to wipe everything except wipe data factory reset and the SD card. You will do it after. So first thing, wipe cache partition again. Yes, wipe cache. Second thing, go to advanced set. There were some wipe. Yes, they were wipe Dalvik cache. There was not so many wipes on the clockwork mod recovery. Yes, it's already done. No. Yeah, it's done. Okay, too quick for me. Go back. Now we can install your ROM. You've already put in on your SD card. Remember which folder you've put it, of course. So you click, install zip, choose zip from SD card. Okay, you see that better like this. You go to the first one, that's the things like this. I've put it on Android. First thing, the CyanogenMod 13. As you see, 2016 7.5, so that's the version of yesterday. You select it and you apply update. It could take some time to do that. It's probably better to put your phone into an external power supply and not only into the battery. Mine is fully charged. I know I can do it, but that's risky because if the batteries go down, it destroys it. Oh, okay, so finally that's me. I've done a little mistake. You can and you must on this phone, that's the first time I've got that, you must select wipe data factory reset. Okay, why not? So it's making the upgrade. It could take some time, and after that you can put the G apps. First the ROM, second the G apps. That's important. In the otherwise it will not working. It will not working at all. Okay, it's done. So again you choose zip from SD card. Again, tactile not work. I will not say. On the team win, the tactile works, but in the clockwork mod, no. Here again, Android, open G apps 6.0 and install it. Wow, wonderful. It takes some time, and the first boot will again make some time. So now you have upgraded from a 4.3 Android to a 6.0. 4.3 starting to become old, not supported by Samsung, so there could be security issue even if Android is a Linux. When it's starting to become old and not supported, you can find something. Not a virus, but for example, bad writes. If you have bad writes on it, you can access into a folder you normally cannot. That's possible into a 4.3. And on the 6.0, there were some programs, some application that could not run on the 4.3. So that's why it's a great thing to flash your phone. But it's a risky operation. Normally it's done. Okay, and now you can reset your phone. You have a reboot system now, and it's okay. Yeah, just he asks you if you want to fix root or not. Some say you need to put no, some say you need to put yes. I put yes. I didn't see the difference. So it's starting, look like a normal. Thanks, Focus, to do your work correctly. Thank you. As you see, that is absolutely not the same start. We'll come back when it's done, because it's too long to wait. So it's almost done, I hope. That's possible, it takes 5 minutes, really. You need to be patient. That's just the first time with the first configuration. After that, it will work really fast. With a flash ROM, of course, we didn't have any Samsung apps, though. So the Android operating system here, the Android ROM, is light. It's really, really light. There is no application in the background. So okay, it's almost ready. Finishing boot. Okay, so as you see, that's absolutely not the same interface. There were lots of language, don't worry about that. English, French, Spanish, Dutch. Well, yeah, you have all language. Normally, CyanogenMod didn't miss one at all. Français, Belgique pour ma part. Next. You can select Wi-Fi, but not now. Yeah. Not now. Carte SIM manquante. Yeah, there is no SIM card. Again, you will put it later. Just a second. Impossible to connect. Yes, I don't have any Wi-Fi. Service Google. Yeah, that's the ULA. End of users license contract account. Or I don't know what to say. Here, that's all you want. If you want to help to CyanogenMod to make better the operating system or not. Yeah, I will stay like this. And here, permit, yeah, that's the location. Réduire la consommation de batterie en limitant le nombre de GPS par heure. Yeah, that's to not use the location every time at every moment to prevent to use the battery. And yeah, use the Wi-Fi and data connection to help application to use your position. You can select to I will do it correctly, the clock, because if I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, I need to do it manually. Correct date, correct clock. Next. Start. And you're ready to use it. Your phone is on Android 6.0. I will show you from the, oh yeah, okay. I will show you into the parameters. Okay. About phone. Android 6.0.1. So it's fully upgraded. That's the Easter egg of Marshmallow. with his mini game. Look like the Flappy Bird with the bug droid. Yeah, it's really hard when I looking the camera and not the phones. So that's all for this. Ah yeah, the phone is already rooted, so you have full access. You have full access, you can do everything you want. Even install application, everything. You can do everything. That's not the case with the original version if you want just to root it. No, here the ROM is already rooted. So you have full access, you can do whatever you want. As you see, it's perfectly running. Yep, notification, battery, yeah, everything works perfect. And you have a phone totally upgradable and you can reuse it every day if you want. It works perfectly. They have a support. The support is not now from Samsung but from CyanogenMod, but you can use it every day. So guys, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, but only if you want, and like this video, or if I really do something bad, dislike this video. And I hope I will see you again for another video. Normally the next one will be a retro computer. Yeah, a retro gaming computer from 2000. Goodbye everyone.